Hey there, family. It's the Queen Bee, Angie B, your host of Angie BEE Presents, and we're excited to welcome you to today's episode of the show. Now, this is actually part 2 of our conversation with Dr. Veronica Walters, also known as Dr. V, as she represented Brandon County, Florida in the Mrs. Florida America Pageant. There was so much that we shared with one another that now I'd like to share the rest with you.
It's not every day that I get to come up and present the Pageant Spirit Award in person, especially at a state event. But everybody that looks around this room and has been involved with the Mrs. Florida America Pageant knows that David and Jacqueline give everything to these young ladies. And it's my privilege to come up here in person and present on their behalf the Pageant Spirit Award. And we come to really recognize it's not always Miss Congeniality, it's not who is the best at swimsuit, the best guy, but who represents the ideals of the industry. Community service, giving back, the generosity, who goes above and beyond what is normally required. And this year, I am very honored to present the Pageant Spirit Award to Mrs. Brandon, Dr. Veronica Walters.
I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. I don't know. Let me see. It's like 11:30. I know you're probably starving because you've been here all day. We got to go get some meat. But my husband's got it. Oh! And my husband got it. And Teresa got it all together. So we in good hands. Praise the Lord. The Lord just orchestrates your footsteps and brings you where you're supposed to be, so you can meet the people that you're supposed to be with. Yes. And that would be Teresa, that would be our husband, and that would be us together. Because I remember after I saw you in Ormond, I kept telling my husband, go get her number. Can we go talk to her? I was like, hey, we talked to Teresa, so that's it, But I was like, I wonder if she'll just be a mom and come with us to do Moms in Ministry. So I was like praying over it. The Lord didn't say nothing. I was like, Lord, you ain't saying nothing. He's like, why you think you went to the Pageant? Go ask. Come on. So I put it out there, and Facebook is just so anonymous. If they say no, it ain't like they really saying no to your face.
That's right.
I put it out there, and I was like, Dr. Veronica, if you don't mind, if you're busy, I understand, but would you come and be a presenter at Moms in Ministry? And you said yes.
I said yes.
I was shouting. I called my husband at work. You said yes. And I was just praising God.
Yes.
Because I realized that as a pastor, you have to go speak all the time. Mm-hmm. But as Miss Inspirational with the crown, you get to just float in and make a difference. And that crown is going to take you places that Doctor, the DR in front of your name ain't going to take you, because some of us are intimidated by it.
That's right.
And pastor, some of us don't want to hear the correction that you make.
That's
but if a queen, a real queen,
come on now,
you go, they're going to be like, oh, and a queen with curves?
Yes.
Oh my God. Yes. So tell me about your first appearance as Miss Inspirational. I
Inspirational.
saw pictures of you with kids.
Yes.
Oh, tell me about that.
I went to Walton Academy for the Performing Arts. I wanted to start at home.
Yeah.
I just believe that ministry starts at home. And two of my sons have attended Walton Academy for the Performing Arts. My youngest son is there now. And so I went to see the fourth graders and the kids there at the school. And I went in my crown and my sash, and they know me as Makai's mom.
Oh, cool.
That's Makai's mom.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
Makai's mom. Dr. Walters, Dr. Walters. And when I went in with the crown and the sash, they were all like, wow.
Yeah.
But can I tell you something? One of the young men asked me one of the most insightful questions, and one that I wouldn't expect a child to ask, right?
Right.
So he said, so, why did you decide to be a queen?
Wow. Wow.
And I said, well, you know, I've always been a queen. This is just an opportunity for someone else to validate what I already know
Yes.
about me.
Yes.
And he proceeded to ask me why I, decided to do it. And he was asking all these questions. And I was like, wow, these young people, it's something about the awe
Yes.
of the crown
Yes. Yes.
and the sash.
Yes. Yes.
That really captures them. And then the younger ones, they were just like, oh, and they wanted to come and grab on me. But I'll tell you, one of my favorite moments was when there was a young lady. She was a little heavy, and I had the opportunity, as a result of speaking at the school, to speak at a mother-daughter.
Great.
A mother-daughter, it was like a luncheon.
Oh.
And this particular young lady was at both scenes, and I got a chance to put the crown on her head.
Wow.
And she took her little headband off, and she was like, she was ready, right?
Wow.
And so I put the crown on her head, because see, I want all of these young women to know that you're a queen.
Yep. In the kingdom.
You're
In the
a
kingdom.
queen.
In the kingdom.
And just because the world says that you're supposed to be a certain size doesn't mean that you're not a queen.
A certain size, a certain color.
Come on.
Have a certain amount of education.
Yes.
Have come from a certain family.
Yes.
Have come from all of that.
Right.
Married into whatever.
Yes.
God still loves us.
And I'm glad.
Yes.
I'm glad he does.
Yes.
And so my prayer is that anytime I put that crown on a young woman's head, that she knows that there's nothing that she can't do. That's my goal, to share my crown with as many young girls and young women as I possibly can. Because it's not just my crown, like it wasn't my degree.
Right.
It is to benefit
Right.
as many people as possible.
And that's why I was so excited when you told me that you would be a part of the Moms in Ministry. Because I come buzzing in to the Holy Hip Hop concerts. Everybody knows me as the Queen Bee.
Right.
And the rappers are in jeans and t-shirts and ball caps, and I come in a gown and too many rings and big old earrings, and the kids are just like, wow, look at you, and they want to play and they want to do all this, and I'm like, but we're all kings and queens in God's kingdom.
That's right.
So you can look like this. Young man, you can pull your pants up. Okay, I'm not going to talk about it. And sweetie, your dress can be just a little looser and a little longer, and let's be elegant. Let's be classy, and we can do this and still make an impression.
Right.
And that's, again, what you did up on stage in Ormond and here in Orlando.
Thank you.
Really, really, truly did. So if you're coming to the Moms in Ministry,
Yes.
if you ask her nicely, she might put the crown on your head. She might. She might. She might not. But I'll take a picture with you and the mother of 7 and the grandmother of 1. Can you believe? Look how good she looks. Oh, Lord Jesus.
When the storms of life are raging, sometimes we have to be broken down so that we can be rebuilt into what we're actually meant to be. When the struggle to climb becomes just too heavy, and when God's voice becomes silent in your ear, just hold on because a queen is about to emerge. The new book by the Queen Bee is entitled Last Week I Wanted to Die, published by True Soul Publishing, an umbrella for survivors. The revealing story of suicide, pain, and depression. The Queen Bee, Angie BEE, has emerged as a business owner, ministry leader, and a faithful child of God. This story is just the beginning. Last Week I Wanted to Die, on sale now at thequeenbee.com. Angie BEE and Barty Productions are proud to present a workshop and book signing event coming to DeBary, Florida, Saturday, September 27th, featuring our host, Minister Carrie Hall. This event takes place at Pack Family Services located at 275 South Charles Beale Boulevard and features the Moms in Ministry Workshop. The moms scheduled are Sabia C. Brooks from Altamont Springs, Florida, and Charlene Thomas from Orlando, Florida. The dads on duty will be in the man cave at this event, and returning for his second duty is Judge Hubert L. Grimes from Volusia County and Daytona Beach's own Pastor Monzel Ford. Come be a part of a very special author showcase and book signing event. It's never too early to learn how to be a parent, so join Angie BEE as we present a workshop and book signing event. Call us today at 407-914-6519. That's 407-914-6519.
Okay, I know that.
You know what that reminds me of?
What?
One of my interview questions.
Oh,
Your husband happened to ask the question.
That's right.
Yes. So this was the question. You all have to hear this question and my answer, right? So I'm sitting here, and so he said, someone had asked, how would your children describe you? And I said, they'd probably say strict and tough. They'd also say that, our house is the house that everyone wants to be at, and I'm the mom that everyone wishes they had. And so then Barty says, so, how would your husband describe you? And I sat there very quaintly and said, hot. Like, don't you see all this? And all of the judges just cracked up laughing. Oh my God, they were like, did she just say hot? She's like, yes. I'm a mother of 7. I need to take all of that hotness in. Yeah, you don't get 7 kids and you're not hot. Okay, I know. Hold on to some hotness in the kingdom of God.
Keep it right and tight for Christ.
Come on now, come on. Yes.
I know we have to go, but I'm excited because not only did you say that you would come and be a mom with the Moms in Ministry, but you said, Angie BEE, I want to showcase your presenters, your moms, your dads, the rappers on my radio show.
Yes.
And when you said that, I was like, there you go, God. I mean, you just couldn't have done anything else. So tell everybody about your radio show. I know it's on Blog Talk.
Yes.
What day of the week, what time?
Well, we air Monday through Fridays from 8 to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's Everyday Living with Rick and Veronica. And we just have fun. We talk about everyday issues. And I'm going to tell you, listen now. Listen, I'm just going to warn you. Listen.
Ain't no church broadcast.
Come on now. We keep it real, okay?
Yeah.
Because our goal is to reach not just church people. I don't mean any harm.
Right.
I don't mean any harm.
But y'all okay. It's these other ones out here that ain't okay.
We're trying to reach people who are lost and searching, or maybe they've been hurt by the church, and they don't necessarily want to be hearing Bible all the time.
Right.
Although, we'll be in the spirit, but we're going to crack jokes, We're going to talk about sex. Y'all, I got 7 children. We're going to talk about sex. I'm just saying. Well, this is everyday living. And one of the things that is really big for me is I just believe that it's so important for us as women of God not to lose our sensuality and our sexuality.
Right.
Because if you look at the divorce rate, the fact that the divorce rate within the church is higher than the divorce rate among unchurched people, see, that's a problem for me. But I believe that part of the problem is we want to act like church folks ain't having sex. Maybe they're not. Maybe that's why there's so many divorces. I don't know. We having sex in my house. I'm just saying.
Well, what time we going home, baby? What time we going home? I'm sorry, I'm still a newlywed, so what time we going home?
But that's important. It bothers me when people think that they've got to be so holy that they cannot enjoy the marital relationship.
I have to tell you, one of our first or second dates, my husband sat me down, and I was praising God for something, but we were sitting at a dinner table, and he said, what did you say? Are you a church girl, or you just love the Lord? You know, I mean, it was kind of like that. And I just was eating. I was like, oh, I love the Lord, the pass the butter. You know, I mean, but that was something that he needed to know.
Right.
And I think that's one of the reasons our relationship as a body of Christ is better, because we have real conversations.
That's
and
right.
we talk about real topics.
That's right.
And I'm excited about your show, and it's 5 days a week, 8 to 10.
Yes.
Okay. So we go to blogtalkradio.com / /
Everyday Living.
Everyday Living. Okay, I'm gonna put that at the bottom of the screen. Everyday Living.
Now listen.
Yeah.
Now on Sunday night.
Yeah.
Sunday night is my husband's night, right?
Yeah.
My husband is a music connoisseur, right?
Okay.
So he has Ricky B's Boom Boom Room. It is a virtual club, and he plays old school music. And when I tell you, those folks act like they are really up in a club. They're on tables. I'm like, oh, I'm standing on the table dancing. I mean, they have so much fun.
Good.
But it is an opportunity for him to take his DJing skills and use them, and also just to have a good time and create more family and connections with people.
Right. I remember someone asked, you know, why are there so many R&B songs coming back? And
Right.
And if you kind of listen to most of them, they're love songs,
Yes.
especially Motown.
Yes.
And so, but we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that. Okay, so I'm glad you're going to be with us. I'm glad that the tour members are going to get a chance to talk with you on your radio show. But tell me one thing. What does tonight really mean for you?
Girl, I'm gonna cry.
Yeah. 'Cause I feel it. Tonight was different than last month in Ormond.
It was.
And even if you go do it again, tonight is different. There was somebody special on stage with you, but today was different. Can you describe that for us?
It was different. And
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
I think one of the reasons it's different was because this is the one God said to do.
Yes.
This is the one that He said to do.
Yes.
I'm not taking anything away from
Right.
Mrs. Florida United States Pageant, but it was almost like that was my test run.
Yeah.
My practice.
Yeah. This one.
Yeah, but this was the one I was supposed to do, and to be able to do it with my sister in Christ,
It made a difference.
it did make a difference. And I was so glad that I could be here
Right.
for her.
Right.
Because as much as I wanted to walk away with the crown,
Yeah.
I also saw God all on her.
Yeah.
And I saw Him doing a new thing for her.
Yes.
And so when I was talking to Teresa, I was telling her, I said, girl, I think that Courtney Shaw can be the next Mrs. America.
Yeah.
I said, now listen now, that's good. But we want the crown.
I know. All right, Teresa.
We want the crown now.
I need an armor bearer. I need
Yeah.
just like you.
Yeah, I said, I do want the crown.
Yeah.
But
God will get the glory.
Yes.
Yeah.
I saw it. Like I saw it on her. And I also saw something happen for me.
Yes. Yeah.
God is so amazing, because this time when I got on that stage, I had a level of confidence I did not have.
It was all over you. Almost cocky, but I got this. Lord. I'm doing my job. I'm where I'm supposed to be. I saw it.
God, you told me to do it,
Yeah.
and I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. And now I feel like I kind of know what's expected, and I'm going to have fun. I'm going to enjoy myself. But most importantly, God, I'm going to give you glory and let you be glorified.
Yeah.
So when I walked out there on the stage in my swimsuit this time, like there was no, I was like, bam, I don't need to cover up. He was like, you gonna use the cover up? I said, no. Baby, this is who I am. But let me tell you why I did that. I did that because I remember telling someone that I was going to compete in the Mrs. Florida America pageant, and there were crickets. And the next thing out of their mouth was, are you serious? Like, I could see their face. And I was like, yeah. And they were like, no, really? Are you serious? And what I heard them say in that moment was, you're too fat. That's what I heard. I heard them saying, you're too fat for Mrs. America. Go do some other little penny ante pageant, because, people work for years to compete in this pageant. Baby, you may work for years to compete. But let me tell you about the God I serve. The God I serve said, do it. I'm doing it. And I don't have to go do all these other things because for me, it's not about just chasing a crown. It's about being strategically placed where God wants me.
And where
so that I can minister to the women who need to be ministered to in that pageant. Because that's what I do. See, I was teasing them. I said, Lord, I've become a pageant pastor. But I really have. I really have. Even at the cocktail party, I mean, I opened my mouth and one of the contestants said, my son who's a teenager, like he was off in another room. And he came, he said, Mom, I don't know who that woman, I don't know who was talking before, but I heard Dr. V and I had to come see what she was saying. I had to come see who that was. See, that's the power of the glory of God.
Lord,
And so I was touching people's lives by being in a pageant. If I had not participated in this pageant, there are people's lives that I would not have had the opportunity to touch.
The crown and everything. You just wouldn't have been able to float in as doctor.
That's right.
Hey there, family. It's your girl, Angie BEE, your host of the hottest home hotspot worldwide. And Angie BEE is proud to present the concert that you don't want to miss.
It's time for me to get serious and stand up and man up and let the devil know I'm not a punk. Hey, things don't stay the same. Know that God has made a way through His love.
Genesis 2:18, where it all began before she stepped on the scene. Woman, what a beautiful name. Birth of man's ribs to help share the pain.
It's the tour that Angie BEE presents. Give us a call at 407-914-6519. That's 407-914-6519. It's time for you to book the tour that Angie BEE presents. Y'all get ready, because we coming.
Yes, good night.
Oh my goodness. I mean, even the folks that are cleaning up are still waving at you because there's a big difference in somebody that's here to compete and somebody that's here to spread the gospel. Okay, I know we gotta go, but while while the pageant was going on, I was all on Facebook.
Thank you. I saw it.
So I told everybody, I said, how would you feel if your pastor decided that they wanted to compete in a beauty pageant? How would you feel? And if you have any questions, let me know, and when I get to sit down. And so Brother David, over somewhere in your county,
that's my member. That's my minister.
Okay. He was like, all right, well, how do you know that it's of God? And how do you know when you continue to do that? And so I said, okay, Brother David, I'm going to ask that question, but I think you just answered it. The first one might have been for you, but the second one you needed to be here for somebody. And I think I saw who that somebody was. Even when I grabbed her, because the Lord told me to say something to her, she said, you must be with Dr. V. And I'm like, oh, well, I get it. But I think that's how it is. We go where we don't really fit in, where we're not skinny enough, where we're not trained enough. We go, and we let the wolves eat us and say that we're too fat to be on camera.
Come on.
And our voices don't sound right.
That's That's right.
And God gets the glory.
Yes.
And He got it tonight.
He did. And I feel so honored. But even with United States, God even orchestrated that, even though that was not the big one. That was another. It was like, okay, do this. I said, are you kidding me? I have 6 weeks to get ready. I don't have time to get in a gym and lose weight and tone up and do all of that stuff. What in the world? And then for this one, I had 3 weeks to prepare.
You did?
3 weeks.
You did.
That was it. And again, I didn't have a lot of time to get everything together. But then I tell you that God showed up, and I got sponsors. People were sewing into me. But check this out. I remember asking someone who claims to be a good friend.
Yeah.
So we know I'm competing in this pageant, and I want to know if you could support me. Okay. You want to like all my posts on Facebook. You want to talk about what a good friend that I am, and you want to call me for prayer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At our first conversation. Boy, listen, let me tell you something. Right now. Listen. Your support or lack of support is not going to determine anything. But what you just did was you told me a lot about you. That's what you did. And about our relationship and connection. I'm going to tell you, listen, people, there are going to be people who want to latch onto you for your successes, but they're not willing to sow into your success or your journey.
Wheat and the tares.
Come on now. Come on. But it'll be revealed. The thing is that you can't let that determine whether or not you do what God tells you to do. Because if you do it, God will make provision. You know yourself. On Thursday night, I was freaking out trying to figure out where we were staying. I was like, I don't know where we're staying. We don't have any money for the hotel. The next morning, someone sold the money to cover my registration, to cover my hotel, and to cover my expenses.
There you go. Not even 3 weeks later.
Yes.
24 hours later.
Yes.
And that just goes to show you the power of prayer, because the Lord spoke to me and said, reach out to Dr. V.
Yes.
So I'm like, are you okay? What's going on? And then you told me what was going on. I was like, okay, Lord, I'm just going to intercede on her behalf.
Yes.
I need her up there.
Yes.
Okay? Even if we don't go for this interview, somebody needs her.
Yes.
So can you just fix it?
Yes.
And I'm like, okay. So I was hoping to
Thank you
hear
for praying. Girl, because when you get a text from me that says pray, that's serious
Teresa,
business.
that's our job. We go pray.
That's some serious business right now. If I'm writing a whole lot, maybe not so much. But when I just say pray in all caps with exclamation marks, that means it's serious.
That's what we do. And right now it's serious, and it's almost midnight, and I gotta let you go before the pumpkin explodes for you to eat. Tell everybody how they can get in touch with you at the church or the website and all the stuff I got to put at the bottom of the screen.
All right. Listen, to find the Acts Church, you can go to the Acts Church International.com, theactschurchinternational.com. You'll find information about the church. For me, go to Dr. V's Place Online, drvsplaceonline.com. You can get access to me. And listen, find me on Facebook, Veronica Walters, Miss Inspirational United States 2014. Connect me, reach out to me. I promise I'll reach back.
Oh my God. Come see her at the Moms in Ministry.
Yes.
I'm trying to bring her to a few more tour stops. So
I'm coming.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I'm coming. Girl, you're not getting rid of me, ma'am.
Thank you.
No.
Thank you for spending time doing God's work in a swimming suit and a formal gown.
Thank you. I love you too.
All right.
You.
If it's the Lord's will, we'll be back on the next day and the next day and the day after that. Thank you, family. We love you.